All right, it's been a while since we've done a video update, probably too long. This will probably be a little bit longer than previous ones, but we'll try and be as succinct and clear as possible. Some kind of, in no particular order, I don't believe it was discussed at the bargaining meeting, but after much deliberation, the district has finally conceded that how shift trade hours are to reported to DRS, how we've been asking them to do it is fine. That's what they're going back to. So I guess everyone needs to pay attention. If you think you've lost out on service credits because of a bunch of shift trades in a month, that's one thing, but they're not going to go back and re-report hours. It would be a lot of work for them to go back and do, and really shouldn't be necessary. So just pay attention to your hours. Make sure if you've done a bunch of shift trades that it's reflected properly. Same with FMLA. They finally have agreed that it's not a gift of public funds, that they can go above and beyond the contract or above and beyond law. So that's more or less, those two issues are settled. They've been outstanding for 5-6 months or so. I'm sure what's on everyone else's mind is, more importantly, probably the chief's departure. At this point, probably everything that you've heard is just speculation. There's nothing that's been agreed to or really discussed officially. There's maybe been unofficial conversations, but the local isn't aware of any specific plan of who they're gonna get, whether it's contract for services or an interim or what's gonna happen. We don't know any more than you guys. My plan though, or the plan though, is still to connect with the board in probably next month's executive session, if they'll still talk to us, and convey the message that was talked about at the last bargaining meeting. You want to go on to the next one, or?
Yes, just waiting for you to stop talking.
I do enjoy talking.
JOTC. So, as was discussed in a couple of the last bargaining unit meetings, the district is going to petition paramedic Stumpf to get her journeyman status card, and then the district is also going to be checking in on Joe Arena's, Nishaw's, and Johnson's journeyman card, and if they don't have those, they'll petition to get those worked out as well. So just be aware of that.
I know I see that the chief just sent an email about the existing or expired, as I guess some people believe, the lieutenant's list that was from the last year. I think the easiest thing to do would just be to if you still have concerns about any of that, is to get with Aaron. He'll be able to better explain his interpretation of the whole subject. Obviously, Adam and I stand to benefit depending on how it's interpreted. So we more or less have been pushing people to Aaron if they have concerns, but essentially the chief has reiterated that he fully intended to have it be a 2-year list, and unfortunately he just never actually sent that out or made it really public beyond telling a few people, is what he's consistently said. I know that Adam has a letter from the district dated October 12th, and so I understand there's different interpretations, but to Aaron, it's not quite as black and white, that there's some gray area, there's some ambiguity, and so if you have further questions on that, take them up with Aaron. We did talk a little bit in LMC today about some definitions, and a few bargaining meetings ago, or maybe it was probably January, and I believe maybe even in December, we talked about that mandatory hours used to pertain to minimum staffing only. So if you're coming in for a mandatory meeting, whatever the context is, it doesn't count. Mandatory hours are specific to minimum staffing only. We also spent a lot of time talking about staffing for April. there's still some components that I think are up in the air, so I won't get into details just in case some of the details change. There are, depending on whether you're viewing it as minimum staffing is 3 medic units, or if you're counting in the BLS unit, there's between 25 and 35 medic overtime shifts and 6 EMT overtime shifts. So that's obviously a substantial amount. Likely what'll happen because of timelines, if we can come to an agreement, the executive board would vote on the MOU because there's probably not enough time with timelines, vote notices. So we'll have more on that when it becomes available. The BLS unit, that's still ongoing in general. Essentially waiting for the district to give us a counter offer. They've been seeking out comparables in what other districts do for medic premium or medic unit premium, rescue driver, whatever you want to call it. So they haven't given us anything yet. Hopefully soon. The other thing I know it's kind of been talked about, but C&B committee from the local is starting, and Chris Johnson, Jonathan Frick both put their name in the hat. And so Sean's supposed to be putting out a vote between those two. So if you see that come across your email, that's what that's for.
Last but not least, just some things for our members to be involved with if they want. We have the Ed Seminar in Vancouver. That's April 15th through the 18th. If any of our members are interested in going, please get a hold of me so we can get you down there. As well as annual convention is June 24th through the 27th. If you're interested in that, let me know. We'll definitely need lots of bodies. You know, the biggest local in the state conference state conference of firefighters. We need a lot of delegates and all that stuff, alternates. So it's worthwhile seeing if you haven't been to one. But like I said, get a hold of me if you're interested. And then last, we have 2 people going to new members conference this year, and both are covered. So Chris Donahue and Stephen White will be attending that in May. So thanks to any of those that picked up union covers so that they can attend that. But that's all for this update. I know it's been a while. Unfortunately, we'll try to stay on top of this just so you guys are informed. But that's it for this one.
Now, you know my number, both our numbers, if you have any other questions.
All right. Take it easy, guys.